Hello Internet, today I'd like to review the Hero 9075 Fine Iridium Tipped Fountain Pen. Okay, let's look at the color. Well, as you can see, it's obviously black. It's got sort of a vinyl ABS finish to it. It has a silver trim here, and if you look carefully, you can see some words on it. Basically it says Hero followed by 9075, the model number, and it has some Chinese writing, which I think basically means Hero in Chinese. If you look carefully at it, you will see that the Hero sign is actually sort of wearing out. I don't know whether it's a QC issue or something due to wear and tear. I can't say that. I'm not sure. I didn't really observe that at the beginning. This pen has a metal finish on the top. It's a bit shiny, but not as shiny as the bottom. At the bottom you can see it's like way shinier. I just can't get the camera to focus on it, so that might be a bit okay. You can see that right now. That's actually way shinier than normal. Okay, and well, the clip itself, it's a standard designed metal clip. It is a bit hard, so you may have some trouble putting it into your shirt pocket. Let's open this right now. You can see the actual nib and the portion where you grip here. This grip portion is recessed, sort of like the Lamy Safari, except that it's way smaller. It sort of forces you to hold the pen properly while writing. And you can see the nib itself. It's a very small size, and in my opinion it sort of writes extra fine. Even though they call it a fine nib, it seems to write like an extra fine pen. Yeah. I guess some of the popular reviewers would call this Japanese extra fine nib. I kind of like it though. And let's open this right now. When we open it, we can see that it comes with a standard converter. We fill it up using this pump action lever here. It also has either a plastic bit or metal bit that's supposed to break up the any air bubbles inside. I guess you could see that here. It's sliding up and down. I did fill it up with a bit of ink, and yeah. So alright, so let's continue with writing. So I'll first lock this pen up, and oh yeah, before we start writing, the cap, as for the pen itself, it is a bit on the light side. However, when you can post the pen, it locks on. It doesn't lock on, but it sort of is a friction fit. Personally, for me, I'm a bit well, this pen is a bit light without this pen is a bit light without the cap, but with the cap it throws it slightly off balance, possibly due to the concentration of metal here. It sort of makes the cap a bit heavier. But all in all, I'm pretty fine just writing without the cap. You could of course put the cap depending on your preference. It snaps back with sort of a loud pop. Yeah, you can hear that. When you take it out, not so much. It's sort of a muted click there. And okay, now let's start writing. This is a Hero 9075 fine tip. I'm sure you guys can see that this is actually more like a extremely fine tip, more like an extra fine tip. And now I'm using Pilot blue ink. This must be the entry-level ink from Pilot itself. I can't seem to find it anywhere. They just seem to sell it here in Malaysia. And as for writing itself, as you heard, the nib has a bit of feedback. It is slightly scratchy, but I think this is normal for an extra fine nib. I'll try writing a bit more here. You can see that I think you can hear a bit of the feedback. But I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. I do have a Lamy Safari extra fine as well. What I'll do is I'll try and show you how that compares to the Hero's fine. I have it here. So this is my Lamy Safari, and as you can see here, let me try and zoom that in. It's actually an extra fine. I am not sure you can see that. The camera does not want to zoom in, but okay, I'll just try writing with it. Okay, you can't see that. That's above the camera. Lamy extra fine. You can see how thick it is compared to this. The Lamy is using its default cartridge for ink, and like I mentioned earlier, the Lamy's grip is way bigger than the Hero's. I'll just put them side by side so you can gauge the size yourself. Yep, you can see that here, how big it is compared to the Hero with its recessed bits here. Yep. Okay, all in all, I kind of like this pen. The Hero 9075 for its price is actually a pretty good deal. I'll just end this with an attempt at upside down writing. I personally feel upside down writing is not going to work. Yep, true enough, because the nib is extra fine. But yeah, it's a really good pen, and if you have like forms to fill up which have very small spacing in between them, this could be the go-to fountain pen that you might choose. I'll also show you how wet it is. It's actually super dry, the nib. Let me just do a bit of scratching. Okay, you can see I'm trying to fill this up with a bit of ink. Yep, see? It dries off really fast. I'm not sure whether it's the ink, but this is a sort of extra fine, so you can see how fast that goes. Thanks for watching, and this is the end of the review.